Welcome in everybody to the KC Sports Report. I'm your host Michael Darcy, and today I'm joined by Michael Hebner, and we're going to break down the Week 17 matchup between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs Kingdom, your Kansas City Chiefs beat the Los Angeles Chargers at Arrowhead Stadium by a final score of 31-21. But honestly, Chiefs Kingdom, that's not the biggest news from today. From about 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock, not only did the Chiefs win, but the Patriots choked away the 2 seed by losing to the Dolphins in Foxborough. So that is absolutely huge news that, quite frankly, I want to talk about more, but we got to break down this game first. So, Michael, what did you take away from this game, and why do you think the Chiefs were able to win this game when the offense didn't look like they were playing at their highest potential?
Yeah, there are a lot of problems in this game, in my opinion. Don't get me wrong. It's a win, and I'll take it. It wasn't pretty, and I don't need them to score, 500 points. And, I kind of told you midway through the game because it was so slow. I was like, this is what concerns me is come playoff times when you play a team like the Saints or the Ravens, if our offense can't score like they're used to be scoring, it's not going to happen. If we're only putting up the 23 points per game and it takes us 4 quarters to do that, we're going to have some real troubles when we play like a legitimate team that can actually destroy our defense, because I think this game really exposed our defense. Obviously our defense is not awful. It's much better than it was at the beginning of the season. However, look at the last couple teams we played. The hype for this defense has been through the roof, which I've
been adding to. I'm not going to lie. But
yeah, I've been there kind of on the train of this defense is legit, but I think people went because we didn't allow the Broncos to score a touchdown or the Bears to score a touchdown. This defense is the best defense in the league, and they have nothing to work on. And it's like, well, no,
Well, see, here's the thing. You got to improve every week, and I don't think that anybody would really deny that this Chiefs defense for a period of 4 or 5 games was the best in the NFL. But
no doubt.
We can see it with every defense. Eventually, you're going to give out. And the Chiefs were able to not only give out to a very good Chargers team that has a lot of good pieces. Melvin Gordon and Austin Eckler are 2 very high-quality running backs. And even though they were able to kind of torch the Chiefs' defense on the ground, they were still able to bend but didn't break, and they only gave up 21 points. And look at the Patriots, the supposed best defense in the NFL, the best defense of all time. They choked away the game to the Dolphins. So
I would not say best defense of all time.
I wouldn't either, but that's what Patriots fans and people are comparing them to. It's not a fair comparison, but
no, it would probably be like the Bears.
1985. That's the closest thing I could think to. But even then, I think that this defense is still in a very good position. Even though they didn't play great today, I still think they made those necessary stops. The Chargers were very aggressive on 3rd and 4th downs, and for the most part, this Chiefs defense was able to step up and answer the call and stop those drives from ending up into even more points.
Yeah, I'm kind of concerned too with Thornhill going down. It doesn't look good.
I think he's out for the season.
Yeah, he's probably out for the season. I honestly don't remember the play that he was injured on, but from what I recall, I'm pretty sure it was.
I think he was
anything that would make you go, ooh, he must have hurt himself. I think it was. I don't even think there was contact. I don't remember.
I know that he was blitzing, but regardless, I don't think he's going to play, which means the Chiefs need to act quickly because this secondary has been a very big bright spot. And Juan Thornhill has proved to be one of the best rookies in the game, and that's a fact. He's got 3 or 4 picks, and he's constantly applying pressure. He's one of those rookies that this Chiefs defense desperately needed. So hopefully he can come back for the playoffs, but if not, he's going to be very well missed, and the Chiefs need to find a replacement.
Well, yeah, that'll be the interesting thing because right now, and Armani Watts came in during the game, which was
a couple of years ago draft pick. It's good to see him.
We drafted him, 2-3 years ago, and he was supposed to be, at least in my mind, that next guy, that next Eric Berry or Thornhill, I guess, in that case. That's the role we saw him playing. but he didn't get a ton of play time.
He was
Bob
he was
Sutton,
injured
which was
last year a
kind of
lot.
disappointing. Yeah, that was another issue too. But when he was here, Bob Sutton didn't use him a lot, which I was really disappointed with. But
I mean, this just makes Bob Sutton look even worse because he had the talent. I think that he had
did.
all the talent in the world, and he just failed to execute and make the adjustments, the necessary adjustments to win games and to do that kind of stuff. And that's why this defense was so bad. So, not to take away from this Chiefs defense, but I'm not really worried about them because I think that in times of need and in times where you really need your defense to step up, I truly believe that with the leaders on this Chiefs defense, I mean, we saw it today. Terrell Suggs had a sack. Frank Clark had 2 sacks. Chris Jones was everywhere. I mean, Tyrann Mathieu had an interception. I think that your big-time players and leaders are not only going to lead, but they're going to make big-time plays in those situations. So that's not really what I'm worried about, but I think that this running game took a big step in the right direction as well. Damian Williams had over 100 yards rushing. He had a huge play where he broke a tackle and then ran it all the way back for a touchdown, 50-plus yards, and he just was solid on the ground today. Darwin Thompson had a few really good carries, a couple good blocks, which we have not seen so far this year. And then Mecole Hardman, what can we say about him? He had a 104-yard kick return, which is just insane, and it's kind of showing what he can do returning the ball because we haven't really seen that this year. But, I mean, this Chiefs team, it appears to me that they are clicking at the exact right time.
Yeah, I mean, one last point to wrap up with the defense before I get into the other things. Our defense, and I mean, this has kind of been said throughout the year, it doesn't need to be the best
top
part
10.
of our team.
We just need it to be better than average.
Yeah, it just needs to do enough to create a little bit of room for our offense to operate and a little bit of room for the defense to make a couple of errors. Because I don't like it when the game is, a touchdown apart. I like it when the game is 2 or 3 because I don't trust our defense or our offense enough to play a game, down in the gutters where it's like it's literally back and forth, kind of something like what happened last year, whether it was the Patriots or the Rams. Like, I just don't trust them in a situation like that. So, again, our defense doesn't need to be, lights out every single drive, but they
just have to be good enough. That's all that I care about. And bend but don't break because that's what they've been doing so far this year, and it's worked. But right now the Chiefs are going into the playoffs on a winning streak, which is huge because I don't care what anybody says. The team with the most wins racked up and the hottest team usually does the best in the playoffs. And this is kind of where the season resets. The 2019 regular season is now come to a close and a new season starts. And that kind of brings us into our next topic. The Chiefs now have a first-round bye because the New England Patriots lost at home to Ryan Fitzmagic and the Dolphins, which was absolutely huge. I mean, I anticipated the Chiefs having the 3 seed, but, I mean, the Miami Dolphins helped us out, and that's just huge.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think, I'm not going to try and, toot my horn here or anything, but, I didn't think, if someone told me to bet my life savings on the Dolphins, I wouldn't have put my life savings. But if they said, 10, 20, 15, if someone was just like, let's make a friendly bet, I would definitely feel comfortable with the large sum of money going with the Dolphins. Because, I mean, let's be honest, the Patriots have not played well all year. Brady looked awful in the first half.
Brady looked like a 40-year-old quarterback.
No, he looked like I don't know what he didn't even look like a quarterback. He was like 5 for 12, which is less than 50% completion percentage. He only had 91 yards, a pick, and no touchdowns.
He only threw 12 passes?
He attempted 12 and only completed 5. So, I remember when the commentators were showing the stats, they were just like, wow. I'm like, this is what he's done all year.
This is against the Dolphins, dude. Yeah. The Dolphins.
In their defense, though, the Dolphins had nothing to lose. So the Dolphins could do things like go for it on 4th and 20 or...
True. I really like the Dolphins head coach. I think that Brian Flores is really good. And he's got some talent, but, I mean, trading away Minkah Fitzpatrick and... everybody was saying that this Dolphins team might be the worst in NFL history. No, no. That was at the beginning of the season when they couldn't do anything right, but
Bengals.
the Bengals are not good. So,
Bengals are off.
I mean, this is just huge. I can't believe that this actually happened. This does not feel like real life right now.
It doesn't.
I mean,
it's actually really weird.
I posted a video a couple hours ago about basically breaking down that game because I was in such utter shock. It's doing pretty well, so hopefully most of you saw that, but that covered most of what that game was like. But I mean, Chiefs Kingdom, it is a great time to be a Chiefs fan. The Chiefs not only beat the Chargers at Arrowhead Stadium by a final score of 31-21, but the Patriots lost in Foxborough, and with that loss, the Chiefs secure the number 2 seed in the 2019 NFL playoffs. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you guys like these videos and want to support me, go click the link in the description and go support me on my Patreon. I would more than appreciate it. Thank you to Michael Hebner for joining me in this episode. Thank you, everybody, for listening to the KC Sports Report by Michael Darcy.